Hello, everyone. Before we get started on this week's lecture, which we're going to be talking about Works Cited, let's talk about a couple of other things, specifically due dates. So, when we're looking at the course schedule, we are on week 13, which we do have our second one-on-one conferences this week. We have to get them done before fall break because I believe during fall break is the last time to drop, I believe. Anyway, we are doing our last one-on-one conferences, so just email me, tell me what your grade is, and we can have a conversation about that if you want to do it on over the phone. We can do that as well, no problemo, just let me know. So this week you have your Works Cited page due on Saturday via email. That's staying the same. Now, next week during fall break, it says you have your rough draft due by that next Saturday, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And then peer reviews are the week after that, and then finals week. So, in the interest of not having you turn in an essay on fall break, we're not going to be doing peer reviews in week 15. I will put out a lecture on how to put a portfolio together, but it's actually going to be your rough draft that is due December 5th instead of your peer review. So you're going to start writing your essay this week. So that gives you 3 weeks to write. Okay? And if you get it done before then, send it to me. This is a difficult essay. I am happy to look at it 2-3 times so that we can go over it and talk about it and make sure you've got everything ready. And some of you really, really need to take advantage of that. And some of you are not taking advantage of the fact that I'm even conferencing with you to begin with. Not all teachers do that. I'm telling you exactly what I want. I'm helping you. And some of you are just not taking advantage of that at all. I really, really recommend that you do that. People usually do most of their learning in the one-on-one conferences, so I really, really think you should be taking advantage of that. So again, due this week is your Works Cited page. Next week is fall break. We won't have anything due. The week after that, your rough draft is due by December 5th. So instead of peer reviews, we're going to do your rough draft. And again, if you get it done early, and I really, really, really recommend that you get it done early, because I really think you're going to want me to look at this essay more than once. If you get it done early, send it to me, and I can get it back to you. Your final exam, which is just this final essay in the portfolio, is due by Sunday, December 13th. Sorry, I apologize. I don't sound great. I have had bronchitis this week, but I sound better than I have been. So, at least that. But yeah, your final essay and the portfolio will be due Sunday, December 13th. Don't be worrying about the portfolio. We'll talk about that when we get back from fall break. Just everything that we've done for this class, make sure you have it together, which most of it is in email or on Blackboard, so shouldn't be a problem getting it all together. All right, so that's kind of where we're going for the rest of the semester. So let's look at this week, shall we? So this week you're going to start research and writing, and you're going to set up your Works Cited page. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is research. You should, this first link is where I want you to get all of your, let me turn that off, there we go. This first link is where I want you to get pretty much all of your research from. It's a database that the college gives you for free. You have access to so many databases through the college. Just because that you pay tuition for, the library pays for them, holds them open for you. So you have these really, really, really great sources of information. And this opposing viewpoints and context is a great one. So when you click on this link, it's going to take you here, and you're going to have to log in with your UAPTC portal username and password, just to prove that you're a student. And it's going to load, and then it's going to pull up this website. And you can search here. You can scroll down. This is issues of interest, women in politics, voting laws. Voting is a big thing right now. You can browse the issues by like health and medicine, just like their overall topic. So browse all issues here. And that's the other thing you can do is you can browse all issues. So this is all the issues that they have information about. Okay, there's a lot of stuff. So let's say the example that I keep giving is that I keep talking about global warming. So I'm going to go to the global warming page. All right, so here is the overview of what global warming is. Okay, on this page, I'm going to find some featured viewpoints, some academic journals, some primary sources, some more viewpoints, references, biographies, I don't know what, some infographics, so some pictures. I love me some pictures. Some videos that I can look at, some pictures I can look at, audio files, news articles, magazine articles, statistics, websites I can look at. All kinds of stuff about global warming and climate change, okay? So if I want to search within results, so if I want to search specifically for how does recycling help? Hopefully that's not too, it's too broad. Okay, let's try just recycling. There we go. Click on that. Oh, recycling is its own thing. Cool. Okay, so then we have all of this stuff that I can sort through. So let's say I'm sorting through it. I'm like, okay, I like, oh, here we go. Yeah, pollution prevention techniques. Good, good. I want to talk about this in my essay. All right. So now I'm here, and this is an overview of the article. And then here's the article itself that I can, read and look through and get all that good information. I can download it, I can print it, I can send it to myself, whatever I need to do. And the other cool thing that I can do is cite it. So when I click the cite button, it gives me how it needs to be in my works cited page. All I got to do is copy and paste. Okay? It tells you how to do it, y'all. I'm not going to make you go to Al Purdue. That's what I usually do, but I'm not going to make you go to Al Purdue and figure out how to do it yourself. The website does it for you. Let's see if it does it for like this for the infographics. Ooh, it does. Gives you how to cite that. Does it do it for everything, or does it take me? I'm just going to play for a minute because I haven't checked this out, so good thing for you to know. Come on. Yep, it'll cite, it looks like it'll cite everything for you. So that's all you have to do to get your works cited page. Is click cite and then copy and paste. Okay? Now, your works cited page is a special part of your research paper. If you will look, and I move the example research papers over here as well, if you will look in this one, or the other one, either one, they have, essay, 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 and then on page, see they've finished up here on page 4. On page 5, they have their works cited page. Okay, it should be the last page of your research essay. Now, it does not count towards your page count. When I say I want at least 4 pages, that means 4 pages of typing, and then your 5th page should be your works cited page. Okay. And then you can see how she's got it set up here. That's how you're supposed to set it up. But I found a video. How to set up a works cited page.
Good morning, Mr. Sun.
Good morning.
I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it's very loud. But what this is it's a video of a guy showing you how to set up a works cited page. Now, he goes on how to cite stuff. This is an 8-minute long video. You don't need that. You can stop watching at about 2 minutes in. So he just shows you how to set up the works cited page, how to make it look, you know, with your centered title, how to do the hanging indent. He shows you how to do all of that. Now, I also gave you a link to a sample MLA paper with commentary. So this is Al Purdue. It's their online writing lab. And this shows you an example paper, and it has comments about like how page numbers work, titles, how to do in-text citations, how to do headings in MLA format, and then if you scroll all the way down, it shows you how to talks about your works cited page, and how you can kind of set that up as well. So this is just a good thing if you're just for extra learning. It's not something that you have to look at really. Integrating quotes in a paper. So these two, and paraphrasing and quoting, these two sources, these tell you how to properly put a quote into your essay. And this is the same way it tells you how to paraphrase and how to put a quote in your essay. So sometimes you're going to quote, which is where you have a word for word repetition of whatever your author said. So here's an example of that and how to properly cite it. So in Two Kinds, Jay Ming says, "In all of my imaginings, I was filled with sense that I would soon become perfect." Okay, and then we have the parenthetical citation. So we can't just stick something in there that's a direct quote or a paraphrase and pretend like we know the reader knows where this comes from. So I have to put the parenthetical citation in there, okay? I have to tell them where that came from. So I put the author's last name and then the page number it came from. Now, some of these sources won't have page numbers because they're of the way this website is, the Gale. See, there's no page numbers here, really. It gives you a page number in the citation, so you could look at that. But if you're using like a website, it won't have a page number. So then you would just put the author's last name. And let's say, for example, this one doesn't have an author. Okay, so if it don't have an author name, I go to the next thing in the citation. So the next thing in the citation would be the title of the article. So that's what I would put in quotation marks instead of the author's last name if I didn't have an author. This shows you how to do author's name in the text instead of in the parenthetical citation, and then just a parenthetical citation of the page number. So when you're paraphrasing, you also have to use a citation. Anything that doesn't come directly from you, anything that you've found on the internet, that you've looked up, that you read about in your research, anything that is not your thoughts have to be cited. Okay? If you don't, it's plagiarism. And that's bad. We've already had some issues with that in this semester. I have handed out some zeros. I haven't reported anyone yet, although more than once, and I'm going to have to. So just keep that in mind. Don't do it. So this is some tips on quoting and paraphrasing. It's best to introduce a quotation or paraphrase with a single phrase which includes the author's name and provides context for the reader. That is, you must give the reader enough information to understand who is being quoted or paraphrased and why. The first time you include a quote or paraphrase in your essay, it is common to provide the author's first and last name. In subsequent quotes or paraphrasing from the same source, use only the author's last name. It's also permissible to place the author's name in parentheses rather than in a single phrase if you've already cited the author. Sorry, talking too much. Alright, muted myself and had a little coughing fit. Sorry about that. Okay. MLA also requires you to provide the page number for both quoted and paraphrased information. So, anytime you quote or paraphrase anything that does not belong to you has to be cited. Otherwise, it's plagiarism, and that is not allowed. This one is more information about how to properly put a quote in. You can see here they do the author's name and then the page number in the parentheses. Again, if you don't have a page number, you don't have to have that. This tells you how to do ellipses, which is the ... thing. So this is just some good information that tells you how to put quotes in your essay. The research essay outline. So I went a little more, and I have an optional right down here. This is if you want to put some like pictures or something in your essay. This tells you how to cite it and the general guidelines for doing it. So if you want to do any of that, this is where you need to go. Putting that one right there. So in this outline, I gave you examples. So this is the same outline as I gave you last week, but it just goes a little more in depth. So for my introduction, I say global warming is a huge problem for the world today. It's something that everyone who lives on the planet should be concerned about because this is the only planet we have for now. As a species, we need to be more conscious of what we're doing to take care of the planet. So I italicized my thesis statement. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my body paragraph. So my first body paragraph is going to be about recycling. I'm going to talk about the best ways to do it, why we should do it, how to do it. I'm going to have facts and figures from my sources about how recycling helps the environment. Probably going to talk about the little animals that like get the little plastic rings stuck on their beaks and things like that. Second body paragraph is going to be about reusable items like shopping bags, water bottles, straws, facts and figures about how reusing things is helpful to the environment, what kinds of things would be helpful versus harmful. And then my third body paragraph could be about electing officials who are prepared to enact legislation to protect the environment. I would want some sources on how to research candidates, possible organizations close to home that are working toward changing any non-green legislation. And then at the end, I summarize what I just said. I say, obviously global warming is a huge problem. We should all be concerned about this, and hopefully it has become more clear why we need to recycle, reuse, and elect officials who are going to help us protect the environment. So I restated my thesis and summarized my argument. I did that in like 2 sentences, guys. So your conclusion isn't difficult. It's just a summary of what you've already talked about. A very, very condensed summary. So that's, I decided to give you a little more of a fleshed out outline. Okay. Works cited. All right, that's pretty much everything. Something to keep in mind with your works cited page is that it does have to be in alphabetical order. So just keep that in mind when you're doing it. And if you get on this Gale website and you're like, I really want to talk about this instead of that thing I already told her, that's fine. Just let me know. Because there's so much on here. Crime, organic food outsourcing, YouTube. I don't know what you're going to argue about YouTube, really. But there's all kinds of stuff on here that you can possibly change your topic to. So just look through here, play around. Again, it cites it for you. All you have to do is click on that little cite button. Just go click on it and copy and paste and just stick it in a properly formatted works cited page. And thank your lucky stars that this website does it for you, and just be done. And don't forget to put it in alphabetical order. That's all you got to do. That's all I'm requiring of you, as I want you to start researching. Now, for this essay, no, wrong button. For this essay, no, I'll get there eventually. You have to have, I believe, it is 4 sources, but I don't remember. I'm pulling it up. Come on. Maybe 5 sources. Oh my goodness. You have to have a certain number of sources. 4, okay. 4 reputable sources. So, when you email me your works cited page, make sure that you have 4 reputable sources. Alright, so do your research, take some notes, make your works cited page, send me your works cited page, start writing. That is your game plan for this week. Okay, I've given you lots of information. None of it is too terribly difficult. Integrating quotes is a little more tricky, but the works cited page itself is not difficult at all. So, yeah. All right, I think I'm done. All right, any questions, comments, concerns, interpretive dance, anything you need, text me, email me. I'm happy to help. If I need to clarify some point, please let me know. It's hard in recorded lectures because I can't get feedback in real time. So if I'm not being clear on something, y'all can't be like, what? So just let me know if you need anything, okay? All right, y'all have a good weekend. I'll talk to some of you, I'm sure, before fall break. If I don't talk to you before fall break, have a good break. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, have a good Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, just enjoy your break. And yeah, if you need me, let me know. All right, guys, I'll talk to y'all soon.